In this week's edition of the Business Review, we hear the story of a third-year university student making waves in the local swimwear market. Here's Cody and Barrett.
Understanding from an early age that opportunities to earn must also come from oneself, Khalifa Chambers was constantly in the mindset of entrepreneurship. With Jamaica being the land of beautiful beaches and vibrant social events, this provided the perfect environment for her handcrafted women's wear business, Kamere Collections. The seamstress, who has a family history of tailors, discovered her passion for sewing at an early age.
So I started actually around the machine in high school. I'm not going to lie, but I was hand sewing from I was about 10, like primary school. I didn't know there was something called a sewing machine, And then I went to high school and everything, and they were like, oh, because I always looked at clothes and wonder how them get the stitch and the clothes to stay together and everything. And in high school, we had to make like pillowcases, we had to make bags and stuff. So I think that's where it kind of started.
But it wasn't until she received her own sewing machine after her mother abandoned her hobby of sewing that she designed her first swimsuit. Through the support of her family, in April of 2021, the 21-year-old turned her passion into a full-time business. But on entering the saturated swimwear market, she knew it was going to be stiff competition.
So I realized, hey, being a beginner is not something that should be looked down on, or I shouldn't feel bad for not knowing how to do certain things, because I'm going to learn and I'm going to keep improving. I'm always going to be open to learn new things from different persons. I'm not going to be shut up and say, I'm already good at this, so I don't need to do this, or I don't need to learn this, or because I know I'm not the best. You get me?
At first, with no established recognition, sales were slow.
This when summer came around, as I said, when it comes to seasons, that's when I got a peak in sales, because I think I started at the right time. Because, June, July, that's when people say, okay, they're going to try come and buy everything. So that's where my sales started increasing.
And within 4 months of operation, she started getting requests from overseas markets, which now takes up about 10% of her sales. But her major challenge isn't the pandemic, rather, it's her personal habits.
I'm a procrastinator sometimes. I can be very weary on time, and I realized that has affected my business, where I don't post on time. I don't sew something when I should sew it. So when the day comes when it's due, I'm in trouble. I have to be rushing at the machine. So it's like the more I work on these personal shortcomings, it's the more I see my business improving.
Though she is yet to see returns on investments, she remains optimistic. Her next step is securing a larger space and offering collections of a wide variety of women's wear.
I dropped one recently where I create swimsuits, bikinis, monokinis, dresses in one collection. And I try to do that, well, that's the goal for this year, is to try to do that every 2 months, to come out with new collections, because that's my brand. That's what I want my brand to be.
Cody and Barrett, TVJ News.